So at this point, The Penguin has been concluded for a few days, and the general consensus from everyone online is that it was really good, and I would have to agree. I happen to very much have enjoyed the Matt Reeves Batman movie, so anything else set in that world I very much look forward to. But there is a glaringly obvious problem that this show brings up. Like most television made for streaming, predominantly all of the content seen on Disney+, there are numerous problems. But for The Penguin, I really only see one. The problem is it's actually too good. Hello, my friends, and welcome to The Pondering. I am the real-life fake wizard. If this video brings you any value at all, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, where we're posting new videos nearly every day. I need to preface by saying I don't have any problems with The Penguin. I thought The Penguin was great, from the cast to the writing to the execution of it all. I mean, I genuinely haven't seen any shows lately that I sit and think, can this win awards? It should. It should get all the awards. And I've been really pondering on that. Like, this is a comic book show and made for a streaming network and television that has a direct tie into a movie franchise, and it was damn good and immensely satisfying to watch. The problem that arises now is the realization that there might be hope for media. It has been years upon years of bad TV on top of bad TV, and things are so bad that we've gaslit ourselves into believing that things are just okay or just mediocre enough to pass our quote-unquote good when they're not. They're bottom of the barrel decent, and we've just been pretending they're good, so you don't have to battle the crushing realization that all media is dog shit now. Is anyone actually excited for Red 1?
We got snowmen! That was so disturbing.
Yeah, it's gonna make Red $1 billion. So here we have a comic book show, and it's really good, and you think, we just sat through something like 5 years of Disney Plus Marvel slop, thinking that this is the best it's gonna get. She-Hulk, Agatha All Along, WandaVision, which might be the worst of them all, Secret Invasion, Echo. Gosh, for the last two, I actually had to look up a list of Disney Plus shows because I genuinely forgot what Disney has made. That's how unmemorable the content Disney is making has become. And here, let's break down a little further what each show was, or rather, what it was trying to be. WandaVision was a mystery box with an unsatisfying ending. Loki Season 1 was a mystery box with an unsatisfying ending. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was political propaganda fodder. Echo was definitely identity propaganda. She-Hulk was intended to be a middle finger to the chuds. It was also for angry women in their mid-40s on their second divorce. You'll get them on the third, honey. Secret Wars was something propaganda, and Ms. Marvel was... well, I didn't watch Ms. Marvel. But neither did you, so I don't think it matters. The Penguin was just a really good show. Like, I know there were some people who said there were ideology points in The Penguin, but I didn't see them. And there it is. Therein lies the problem. The Penguin's first objective was to tell a good story and deliver a satisfying experience. All the rest of the shows I mentioned from Marvel had additional baggage weighing them down, and that's a sign of awful writing. Hollywood, the games industry, and corporations are bought into selling something else first, be it an ideology, or a thought leadership, or some kind of bogus strategy to retain viewership like mystery boxes first. They try to sell you that crap first, and then they tell a mediocre story behind it. I said with many of those Marvel shows that it was about ideology propaganda first. Now, having some kind of root with a political ideology in and of itself is not a bad thing. For whatever you believe, I don't give a shit. What's bad is when that's the first thing. You know, it's like, we don't give a shit about your politics. No one does. That's why they're your politics. If I pay $18 for a ticket to see your movie, or whatever the hell, $50 every 5 days to have a Netflix account, the last thing I want is to see your commentary on real-world issues and then not give me a good story on top of that. You could put your politics in your art, go for it, but then better deliver me good products to make my investment worth it. I'll give you some examples. Baldur's Gate 3, the video game, is loaded with modern-day, politically driven options. Options. You can skip all that stuff if you want to. It's there. If you want to have coitus with bears and demons, it's there for you to go for it. You have fun, but you don't have to do all that. And on top of that is a good story worth the price of admission. Star Wars. George Lucas has been on record saying the Ewoks were inspired by the Viet Cong, that he uses real-world circumstances to inform and inspire a good story. Lord of the Rings. Tolkien used lots of his wartime experience to inform and inspire writing parts of the Lord of the Rings saga. Even Matt Reeves' Batman movie has lots of commentary on classism, but mostly every Batman property does. And there still must be satisfying stories before those commentaries. You know, you see all this shit when you go to film school or some stupid media studies class in your $40,000 a semester university. What did it mean? What was the artist trying to say? In the opening scene of The Penguin, when he gets mad and shoots Alberto, what was the writer trying to tell us? Was it a commentary on injustice to obese people? What? No. Penguin got mad, so his gun went boom, and Alberto was dead. The writer was trying to tell us that Oswald is a piece of shit, and it was more of a warning for those to be prepared on how the season would end. Wink. You know, I say all this, and I make fun of the universities because inside all of that, all these snobby, self-obsessed people, you know, creatives and writers, they all want to sound like they have the world figured out. They all want to pretend like their work actually makes a difference on the world, but it doesn't. They want you to think they are as special as they think they are. And so they focus on doing those three things I mentioned first before satisfying an audience. Focus on ideology, thought leadership, or lie to your audience to sustain viewership. And here it all comes back to realizing, if I stop buying your shit, if I don't go to your movie, if I don't watch your show, if I don't buy your merch, you don't make any money. And then you can't afford to keep selling your also-ran garbage anymore. And it snaps back to you two. Do you want companies to start making entertaining material again? Do you want the hack writers and narcissist creatives to get fired? Do you want to wrestle back control of the marketplace and stick it to those corporate assholes? It's easy. Stop buying. Cancel the subscriptions. Close your wallet. Challenge leadership. Go watch the things that are good. The Penguin was good. You'll have a good time. And when things are not good and you don't have a good time, stop buying from that company. That's how you win. Thank you, my friends, for joining me on this pondering special on the Penguin. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button. If you're new here and you want to hear more from me, consider hitting the subscribe button. And until next time, create, innovate, inspire. May the thread of whatever Star Wars is dead, so just have a nice day. And for the love of God, cancel Disney Plus. Disney sucks. I can't wait for that company to collapse. Okay, bye-bye.